All right, guys, welcome back to another video. S197 stuff. A little bit more on the more enjoyable things, I guess, that we're going to be doing today. Before we get into the content, you guys have already read the title. We're doing coilovers today on the car. If you guys like any of the content you guys are seeing, anything, comment below, guys. Like, subscribe, hype the videos. All that stuff goes such a long way in helping small creators. Like, we do make a portion of money, and I know you're just watching this for like either entertainment or knowledge, but it all helps in the long run. So guys, just go ahead, like, subscribe. We're still trying to get to 10,000. But let me turn around. Let me show you the wheel gap. One other thing, huge thanks to flashshark Racing. They sent me their catch can setup, which has been sweet. And they sent me a set of coilovers. So let's go ahead, flip it around. I want to show you guys the current fitment. It does have aftermarket wheels. Not the biggest fan of them, but they're going to have to do for right now. And then show you guys the rear height and what I'm trying to do. Zoom out just a little bit for you guys so you guys can see. It is poking a little bit. They're 10.5s. They're Vossen hybrid wheels on a... Oh, man, I can't even find the... They are... It's probably right in front of my face, and it's probably on the bottom. Can't see it. Anyway, pretty sure they're like a 275. It's a 19-inch wheel. But the goal is, realistically, this car is not going to be slammed because I am trying to put a like aggressive stance on it. So I would like to see, I'm going to measure this here. I'm going to get a tape measure before we start. I would like to come down maybe a half, like half of what this is. So if we got, hypothetically, say 3 fingers, maybe come down to where there's like 2 fingers in there. And I think that'd be like the perfect gap to where, you know, the suspension's a little stiff in the rear, but it's also not like just stance nation. Like, that's not what this car is about. This car's supposed to be fun. I do want to go to a 15-inch drag setup. I know I'm going to get some hate for the drag pack, but guys, I really do like that setup. So that's going to be the goal. But they are adjustable coilovers, and let me go ahead and open the box. All right, so if I did unbox one of them that you can see. If you guys are ordering these, I think they're around like $300, maybe $400. I can't remember. But this is what they look like. Full body adjustments. These are going to be your rear collars with isolators. These are going to be your rear adjustable shocks. So we're going to focus on the rears right now, and then we'll get to the fronts. Also, here is your rear shocks as well that you're going to be putting on them. All right, guys, pretty basic stuff here. I'm jacking from the rear diff. I get my jack stands, one under here, one on the other side. Pretty easy from this. So pop your trunk. This back shouldn't take me but an hour. Just pull this back. Mine came right out of the way. 15 millimeter right there. The only thing that's up top. Should be super easy. I will say, keep in mind like how you take this stuff off. For reassembly purposes, if you're like not the most mechanically inclined individual, you want to understand like you have the metal washer, you have the rubber isolator, and then it goes underneath. So like if you just need some help and some guidance, small stuff like that's going to go a long way. Once I'm done with that, I'll have obviously the rear end supported here. Be able to go ahead. I might have to, I don't think so. I think I should be able to get to this side of the right over top of the sway bar. But if for whatever reason I would need to move the sway bar out of the way, that'd be easy. But I don't think I'm going to have to. So pretty excited. This stuff's pretty crusty. All that wet and dampness that you're seeing is from when the wheel seal when I purchased this car was bad. But I fixed that, and can't probably see it, but I did put a new axle breather in there too. Anyway, off topic. Let's get into this. All right, guys, both the shocks are out. Working on getting the springs now. 15 millimeter bolts, guys. If you do what I just said, like I was just up in there, got the top bolts out, and then keeping tension on the rear diff, drop the bottom bolt, which is a 15 millimeter, you'll be able to just pick up on the strut and pull it out. These Mustangs are literally like Honda Civics. These are one of the easiest vehicles I've ever worked on in my life. So far, at least. It makes it pretty nice. Now, to get the rear axle to drop the way that I want it to, at least in my mindset, I should be able to drop this end link. Focus. Should be able to, right there. Should be able to drop that end link. And then that sway bar should allow enough float to drop that. If I can't get the coil springs out that way, then I'll just have to drop the pan bar, which is, again, just one bolt either side. It doesn't matter as long as it comes out and you get some free mode. But I'm gonna do it this way first. I think this is the way to do it. And yeah, we'll get them in. All right, guys, so just to give you a little view of a lot of stuff, you can see there's a lot of worn out suspension components. Jack stands right here, sway bars, that's definitely the way to go. And then I left the rubber isolator in because I'm just not sure if the new ones come, but that's how your spring's gonna look. A little bit of force, guys, but I mean, if you have any, like, you should be perfectly fine. But it gives you full view. You can really see that seal was, that axle vent was horrible. Might actually clean a little bit of that up, but man, this thing is this thing is super easy. I wish I would have bought new bump stops here. These are pretty well smoked. Does have some miles on it, but man, we're going right along here. Gonna go right to the other side. Wonder if I can do it with one hand to show you guys. You guys might want to see that. I don't know if I can or not, but we're gonna give it a go. There we go. So one hand, guys. Glad I could show you guys that actually on camera. Let me grab the isolator here. Like I said, I think the new ones come with them, but I just want to make sure they're intact. I will say, if you're in here too, I think this is the way to do that top pan bar. Like, man, you got all kinds of room. Like, at first I was a little worried about doing that, but I'm pretty sure this is the way to do it. Just drop the rear strut, drop your axle down, and go from there. All right, guys, let's go ahead, work our way on getting the new stuff in. I'm pretty sure these are gonna have to be removed because of the way the bottom collar sits, but let's go ahead and look at it. All right, guys, so I was right. The bottom factory isolator, remove it. This is how your setup's gonna look. This is as tall as the adjustment on this spring will go. So you see how much smaller it is, but I'll show you. So this comes off. You got a rubber isolator here. You need to lock this collar down, which I have not done yet. And then the grooved one is actually gonna sit up in this like this. So that's how that's gonna go. Nice part is you can really count your threads like this way, but be very careful. Do not leave a bunch of threads exposed. You wanna have, I'm like halfway down on this collar, so I feel comfortable with that. But you don't wanna spin it all the way up to where like there's basically no threads for this to bite on, because that's unsafe. So this is as high as I would feel comfortable doing, and there's only about 3 threads showing. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna put the camera down, gonna lock this in real quick. Gonna lock this, actually snug them up real quick, and throw this back in, and then we'll throw the strut in, and I'll show you guys that. Now you probably feel like I'm going step by step, but how it's gonna go. And then if you're wondering how this is just gonna set right in the middle of that whenever you suck it up in there. So keep that in mind. Let me knock the other side out and go from there. All right, guys, rears are done minus the top. I gotta torque those nuts. The reason I didn't was because if I needed to drop it, but I'm not gonna lie, remember in the beginning of the video when I was like, you know, I'm gonna put a drag pack back here, and if I could get to 2 fingers, that would be great. That is all but there, boys. And I'll say this, if you're into like stance or whatever the case might be, guys, flashshark racing, they're not all the way up, but they're like 85, 90% all the way up. I couldn't imagine these things on the ground. Like they would be, if you just maxed them out, like couldn't imagine. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Man, it's kind of cold out here in the garage. So if you hear some of the electric fans going, that's what it is. It's just that time of year. But anyway, got the front tire off, got a jack. There's a jack stand under there as well. Safety first, guys. Make sure you guys are on top of that. You don't want to die over doing something stupid. But anyway, first thing I'm going to work on is the bottom, these top here. Believe these are like 13 millimeters, I believe. Could be wrong. I'll clarify later in the video. Want to leave this part supported until the end. There's no reason to, I don't know. There's no reason to drop this part down and then deal with the weight of the knuckle whenever the car could just brace it, if that makes sense. So what I want to do, top bolt out, I want to get the bottom bolt out, and then what I'm going to do is get this end link disconnected from here, and then it appears, I'm not sure if these wires are sitting in here or if they are bolted in, but get the wires out of the way so I can swing this knuckle out. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So leave. The reason you want to do the top one too, there's no point to do the top one. You're going to remove the whole strut, so just leave it connected to give yourself a little bit of leeway. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, guys. So leaving the top end, super easy. These bolts that Ford has from the factory, I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty solid design. The back bolt here to loosen this up is a 10 millimeter. And then last thing is I need to find out the, what am I trying to say? I need to find out what size bolt that is for the end link. And then this whole strut assembly is ready to come out. So that's where we are right now. All right, guys, super easy to get out. Please do the way I said with the end link. It'll just make your life that much easier. Now we're getting the flashshark coilover back in there. I do not want the car to be this low. But some things I want to talk about just in case you're not like familiar with coilovers or how they go. Your height adjustment does not come from here, okay? You need to break the bottom collar here and you need to spin this either down or up depending on the direction that you want to go. You could slam this thing. I highly don't recommend it. It'd probably ride horrible. But technically, you could slam this thing all the way up against these other collars. I've even seen like Volkswagen stuff back in the day to where you can take this collar out and actually just butt this up against here. That is not what this car is for at all. I'm actually going to try to get this spun out safely enough to where it's pretty close in length to that. So let me do that and then I'll show you guys what I mean. Ballpark of the length. I'm gonna keep this loose. I want to secure it in the top first. I know you guys are gonna ask me about the end links, and I like to do them after I get my height adjustment done on these because the end links that come with flashshark are adjustable, which I will show you guys that in a minute. But let me get this coilover set up in. You can see the length. It's in the ballpark of factory. It'll be a little bit shorter, and the spring and stuffs. So it's gonna be more, it's gonna be lower. I just don't want it to be like on the ground. All right. Coilover's in. I need to snug the top end. I will say the back bolt here, right there, you need to zip tie that. It's not threaded. I guess you could run a nut on this if you wanted to, but keep that in mind as far as your end link will go. Obviously it's adjustable, but I'm not gonna put this on until I know my ride height's where I want it to be at first. All right, guys, learn from me. I think it's actually higher than it was on the factory strut. So I'm gonna pull the wheel back off and jack it back up and lower it down. I guess that's a nice part about coilovers. It's not like stuck on this, but I did not think getting it close was gonna be, yeah, okay, whatever. Goal here, we got, man, arguably 4, I guess. I'd like to bring it down to like 2.5 ballpark. That would be ideal. Just, I don't want it close to the tire. That's just not my look. I want it to be like off the tire about like that. So let's go ahead and get it down. All right, guys, this is gonna close out Flashshark's racing coilovers. This is on a 2012, but I think that the range is from like, I think it's 05 to 14. Guys, these are up the entire way. And I'm going to be 100% transparent. They know that I'm 100% transparent. The fronts are incredible. The ride is great. Like, no complaints at all. The rear springs are a little bouncy. I actually have them ordered. I went with a set of E-box springs in the rear. That's just to eliminate some of that bounce. The up front, I have 0 complaints about. And it's nice because they have some adjustability with camber and stuff up here. And I will be messing with the ride height a little bit more to dial it in. But if you guys are wondering, like, for, man, what are these things? Like $300? Dude, they're great. Like, they're great. I no complaints at all about the fronts. And the only complaint I have was just the little adjustable spring in the rear. I did end up going to a just lowering spring. So other than that, no complaints at all. Well, I'll do an update video once I get the Eibach lowering springs on to show you guys like a new updated ride height. But the fronts, if you're wondering like adjustability, they're up pretty much the whole way. They have so much room to go low with these, but that's not what the car's built for. So guys, support those who support you. Quest to 10,000 subscribers. We're moving along pretty well. So if you guys have made it to this point in the video, I appreciate all your support, and a lot more content coming on this.